Hi, this is Rob Hanley with the Durham Duplicate Bridge Club on Tuesday, December the 3rd for the 499er game. We have two hands for you today. The first one is number one. Diamond on my left, no trump on my right, and I have 13 balanced points with three spades and four hearts. Now, it is tempting to enter the auction at this point with a double, but there are a couple of problems. The first is I don't have two four card majors, and while it might work out to be that partner has five spades, it's chancy. Secondly, the player on my left has an unlimited hand at this point. They opened a diamond. They could have as much as 21 high card points. And the last thing I want to do is step into this auction and get doubled for penalty. So I'm going to make a very disciplined pass here and see what happens. So the robot on my left passed one no trump. So that limits their hand to 12 to 14 high card points, balanced. And my partner has scraped up a balancing double. And the purpose of a balancing double is to allow us to compete at the two level, in this case, and not to sell out to one no trump. My partner is promising me both four card majors, and I'm going to pick hearts in this case, obviously. I'm not going to go looking for game. There just aren't enough points in the deck left for partner to have enough for us to be in game. I'm betting partner has somewhere between 7 and 9 high card points. And as I said, they're protecting my hand. There you are. Partner has both four card majors. They have 8 high card points, so they're right in the middle of the range I suggested. And because they doubled rather than me, we ended up in hearts. If I had doubled from my side, I wouldn't blame my partner for choosing spades because they're better than their hearts. So the robot on my left has led the queen of hearts. I don't like leading honors against suit contracts. I know the robots love it, but it gives up tempo on the hand, and I'm not sure. I think it's a bad idea. So anyway, in this case, I'm just going to let that ride around. I'm in my ace of hearts, and the hearts are most likely when you're missing five of them to split 3-2. It's going to happen about two-thirds of the time, and I'm going to play for that. So I'm just going to feed back another heart. Okay, they take the jack. Aha, and their king crashed it on the right. So the robot on my left made a mistake. Their partner had the king of hearts, and when they rose with the jack, they killed their own trick, letting it fall under their partner's king. So back comes a club. Took that, and they played another heart. Again, not a big fan of this. I'm not sure what they're hoping to achieve. It's just giving up tempo on the hand. Declare me, uh, and it's a bad idea. And what you're going to see what happens here. So I'm going to lead a club. I'm going to overtake that, and I'm going to cash the jack of clubs, pitching a diamond from the dummy, and another club, pitching another diamond from the dummy. And now I've reduced myself down to one diamond loser. Now at this point, I have to ask myself, who has the queen of spades? Now, I think you'll all agree that if the North robot on my left had the ace and king of diamonds, that would have been a much more obvious lead than the queen of hearts. So I'm going to assume for this hand that one of those honors is in the South robot's hand on my right. So that means they had the king of hearts and the king or ace of diamonds. So the rest of the points must be in the North hand on my left, and that means the queen of spades is also in the North hand on my left. So I'm going to play the ace of spades in case the queen is somewhere singleton. And I'm going to play a spade towards the dummy, and I'm going to tuck in that jack. There you go. It wins. I'm going to cash that king of spades. And at this point, I'm just going to give them a diamond. Can't get rid of it. And rough the return in the dummy, and rough the spade back to my hand. So, thanks to some very poor defense by the robots, I actually managed to take 10 tricks. But the real limit on this hand is 8 tricks. I can make 2 hearts. They gave me a free heart trick, and they gave up the tempo on the hand uh, by not taking their diamonds, such that I was able to discard them on my excellent clubs. So 2 hearts is the limit on a hand. That's where you should be, and it's a good spot. All right, we're going to pause while we change directions for the next hand. So we're back, this time with hand number three. I have 11 high card points and a flat hand, and I'm the dealer. This is not an opening bid. If I have 11 points, it better be distributional, and this isn't it. So a nice, easy pass. Player on my left has opened a club, and partner has jump overcalled into two spades. White against red, my partner's preemptive overcall could be pretty weak. Uh, but its purpose is just to mess up the auction and show a lot of spades, and it has done that. The East robot on my right has made a negative double, promising four hearts and maybe some diamonds, and a desire to compete to the three level. Now, at this point, I could pass, but I don't want to make the opponent's life that easy. I have four hearts. Sometimes they'll stumble into four hearts and on a seven card fit, and the fact that I've got four of them will make their lives a little difficult. Alternatively, they might end up in clubs or no trump. But whatever I do over the double, such as raise to three spades as I'm about to do, that will create problems for them in trying to decide, do they want to play in no trump? Do they want to play in clubs? Do they want to play in hearts? Do they want to double for penalty? It just makes it all kind of hard to figure it out. So three spades is going to be my bid, effectively raising the preempt that my partner made. Okay, so they let us play there. So nice friendly lead of the three of diamonds. Partner's got an easy play here, just letting that ride around to their hand. Now you'll notice that we're missing the ace and the king and the jack of spades, and then we have the 10 all the way down to the 4. So you can't do anything about the ace or king of spades, but if East has the jack of spades, you can actually finesse them for it. So the right play here is just to play a small spade towards the south hand and tuck in the 8 or the 6 or whatever you want. And it worked. It forced the king out on your left, which means East has the jack. So back comes a heart. No reason to duck that. Declarer wants to do another spade finesse against the jack. And they've risen with the ace. And they still have the jack there. It's not going anywhere. And they've returned a club. Now, I personally would have led a club. Not sure why they didn't. But that works for us anyway. So the robots are actually threatening to give us a slough rough. Now, this is kind of a cool play here in this instant, because if you rough with the queen of spades in the south hand, you will set up a trick with East jack of spades. So you can't do that. And south has nothing useful to discard. So it's actually a slough rough that doesn't hurt the defense, other than the fact that they haven't taken their heart. So Declare is just going to pitch a small heart here and rough it in their hand. Now they're going to play the last spade to draw the jack, and they're going to switch to diamonds. Notice that two of diamonds that West played. And they're going to hope that they can drop the queen of diamonds. There you go. And now all the diamonds in my hand will be winners, and they can discard their losing 7 of hearts. So we actually managed to make 9 tricks and 3 spades, though in actual fact, we should be going down 1. And there's a couple of interesting lessons in this hand. East led the 3 of diamonds from 3 small. That is a dumb lead. They should have led the 5 of clubs to indicate that they have something in clubs in a suit that their partner actually bid, instead of picking a completely unbid suit and ignoring the idea that leading a small diamond might promise an honor in the suit. And their second mistake was not cashing that king of hearts or playing small to their partner's queen. After all, their partner did open in the auction, and when they played hearts, they probably have something in the suit. So all in all, we should be down 1 in 3 spades, which would be a good result in its own right, because East-West can make 3 clubs. Now, they can't make 4 clubs, and they can't make any number of no trump. So 3 spades turns out to be a great sack against 3 clubs. It's not supposed to make, but we'll take it. All right, that's it for this week. We'll see you next time. Thanks.